Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP, and today will be video 5 in our series on 0200 Hours, the new World War II stealth game by Grey for Now Games. And in this one, we'll be doing our first battle report. Alright, so yeah, everything is done. Everything's painted. We've done some test play. Andre and I, we've done about 5 hours of test play. We played through the starter scenario twice, and we played through this mission we're going to be playing tonight twice as well. So normal disclaimers here before we start. This is a new game. We've only played a few games, so we're going to get some stuff wrong. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we're going to take our time and we're going to use the book and we're going to try to get it right. So if we do get stuff wrong, apologies in advance. Also, as with any new game, the format of the video is going to take a little getting used to figure out the best way to do it, as every game's different and the way that every game films is different as well. So we haven't practiced any filming, so this is going to be the first playthrough of it, the first time we're going to film a battle report. So bear with us for formatting purposes of the video itself. This is also not going to be a formal teaching game. We're not going to be going over every single rule in detail. We will talk about some things as they come up. We'll go over the very basic stuff as well, but it's not designed to be a learn how to play, from start to finish type video. So but that being said, you'll still pick up a lot through it, as we will talk a lot about the rules during the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll start off with the terrain. So we got a small French coastal village here. It is the dead of night. We're thinking about maybe turning down lights and stuff and try to simulate night, but that might make hard to film. So just imagine it, dead of night, coast of France, early 1940s. So we'll start off with the mat. Tonight's mat is the Medieval City Mat by Cigar Box. Well, 3 feet of it. As you see, this is played on a 3x3 board. This is actually a little bit bigger than 3x3, but it's pretty close. So yeah, check out the description if you want to pick up one of these Cigar Box Medieval City Mats. Really cool mats for this type of game. We also have some new terrain on the board by Micro Art Studios. I did a video on these a while back. You can find a closer look at these on those videos, I should say. But it's pre-painted MDF terrain, and it's very, very nice. So we have one here, the restaurant. It's even got windows and stuff in it, which is really cool. So the restaurant, the gas station, and the sheds. That shed, this shed, and this shed, as well as this French building here. So very cool. Pre-painted MDF terrain, goes together very well. Again, check the description if you want to see it. Also, we have the videos I mentioned earlier where you can take a closer look at these fine buildings. Otherwise, not tons of terrain rules in this game. Essentially, if you're touching a piece of terrain as a model, you get the benefit of cover, which gives you a free dodge roll, which we'll probably see during the game, hopefully. There are some movement restrictions as well. Small terrain like these fences here will reduce your move by 1 inch. And I believe it says line of sight blocking terrain, which would be something tall like these hedges, would reduce, I believe, 2 inches from your move. So if you're touching it, you get the benefit of it. And how big the terrain is reduces your move by 1 or 2 inches. That's pretty much it for terrain. Not a whole lot else to talk about. The edge of the board here is going to be this fence. So this is 3 feet from here over. So everything on this side is not in play. So that is the terrain. So the mission we'll be playing tonight is in mission number 3 from the rulebook. It is called Sabotage. So in this one, the attacking force attempts to plan a demo charge to destroy a crucial enemy target and then escape the area with minimal casualties. So that objective in this game is going to be this searchlight here. So it's lighting up the British bombers as they fly over. It needs to be taken out. So the SAS have been ordered to come in and take out the searchlight. So recruitment's going to be 20 points per side, which we'll look at a little bit closer in a little bit. Deployment wise, the SAS are going to pick one of the quarters, table quarters, and they're going to be able to deploy 24 inches up from whatever table corner they pick. Reserves, the defending reserves will arrive from the opposite table quarter with following the same rules. The objectives. Primary objective for the SAS is to set the demo charge and blow up the objective. And secondary is for at least half the original number of fighters in the attacking force to move off the table from any point where they're allowed to enter. The defender must defend the searchlight, and secondary objective is to take at least half of the original number of fighters in the attacking force out. Special rules is demo charge, so both the characters in the SAS are going to get demo charges. And also any card or any character that is assigned the demo charge requisition card can also do it. And after they plant the charge, they're going to have to escape. So they will get 2 escape markers, which are, well, these things here. And after the charge is planted, the attacker places 2 escape markers at any point on the table edge where they were allowed to enter. So that's that. And ending the game ends immediately when either side completes their secondary objective, or if all attackers with demo charges are taken out. At this point, whoever has achieved their primary objective is the winner. If they have also achieved their secondary objective, then they have a total victory. If not, then they have a partial victory. So that is the mission. Now we will take a look at tonight's forces. So 20 points per side. As you can see, there's quite a large discrepancy in model count between the two, but the SAS have some special weapons and stuff assigned to them, so that's why their force looks so small. So we're going to have 4 SAS guys. We're going to have an officer, an NCO, and 2 troopers. So leading this is force here is going to be Lieutenant John Baldwin. Here he is there. He is going to have a silenced pistol, which is this card here. So that's going to be a point plus an extra point to assign it to a character. So that plus his 6 points, so he's 8 points by himself. So we're getting close to 20 just by himself. Next, our NCO is another character. You can see they have 2 of these tokens here, so they could activate twice in a game or per turn. So Baldwin here, or I'm sorry, this is Sergeant Walt Leach. He's going to be armed with a silenced carbine. So again, 4 points plus 1 for the card, plus 1 more to assign it to a character. So he's up to 6 points. Then we're going to have 2 troopers. First trooper is going to be Trooper Reese Dignan. He is armed with a sniper rifle, so that's another point. And then we're going to have Trooper Tyson McInnes, and he is going to be armed with a Bren gun for another point. So totally, in all, 20 points. So the couple other things here, order cards. So the attackers are going to get order cards when one of the time tokens comes out. During the turn, if it comes out when it's their draw, they pull one of these. Then the requisition cards are the ways to assign weapons to your troopers, special weapons aside from your basic stuff. So that is the SAS force. Next up we have the Germans. So again, 20 points on the nose. In command here we have Lieutenant Lankowski. He is armed with a pistol. And next to him is Sergeant Timoteo. He is going to be armed with an SMG. So they're both characters, again, with the 2 tokens, or the 2 chips. As you can see, all the rest of the troopers and sentries have just 1. So we got so we got the officer, the NCO. Then we have a pair of sentries, 1 rifle, 1 submachine gun. Another pair of sentries, 1 rifle, 1 submachine gun. A single sentry by himself with a rifle. Then we have a pair of field gendarmes, 1 with the rifle, 1 with the submachine gun. A solo field gendarme with a submachine gun. And the dog handler with a rifle. And the German equivalent to the order cards for the SAS are these event cards. So the same thing, when one of the first 2 time tokens comes out on their turn, they draw one of those. And then the effect of the cards is written on the card, so we'll go over that when we start using them. So that will do it. And yeah, I think that's it. So we're ready to go ahead and get started. So Andre's here, and we've started the setup. We do have a few changes already to make. My force more than anything. So it says up to 25 points. You can only have 2 requisition cards. I had 4, so I had to take 2 out. So I decided to take the silenced pistol away from Baldwin, and I took the sniper out away from Dignan. So I've now replaced Dignan sniper rifle and SMG, and we have another guy here with a rifle. So that allowed me to bring a pair. So now there's a pair of fighters here. Baldwin has a regular pistol again. We also pulled veteran cards, so you can pull 2 veteran cards for anyone that, or 1 veteran card for anyone that has veteran on their card, and that happens to be both of the characters on both sides. So we both got 2 veteran cards. So I got Deadly Hands. It's a fight action, so if it's the fighter is covert, reroll the metal effect. So I gave that to Baldwin. And then Light Feet. It's an advance action. Negate one success to negate 1 eyeball result, which is what we call it. It's a detected marker, but a lot of time we'll refer to as eyeball. And then Andre got Hard to Hit. It's a duck action. Reroll the metal effect if the shooter did not have a clear view. So that's for Lankowski. And then for Sergeant Timoteo, he got Spare Ammo. It's during a shoot action with a weapon that has spread, which he has an SMG. Eyeball results count as the successful hits as well as alerts. And it's 1 use only. Alternatively, use this card to negate the effect of the low on ammo event. So those are our veteran cards. That's the update for the SAS force. I pulled my 10 order cards and put the deck next to my setup. Andres pulled his 20 event cards and put them on his side. And now we'll look at Andres' patrol route. Alright, so as far as deployment goes, Andres' patrol route starts here and it moves around this way. So the patrol markers have to be at least 10 inches from each other and at least 6 inches from the board edge. So we're pretty much left a kind of a circle here in the middle of the village. And he will place some guys on there. He's also got 4 reserves, I believe. My deployment point is going to be that corner over there, so I can deploy 24 inches up this way and 24 inches down that way. So Andre's reserves will be coming in from this corner over here. The alarm is going to be 0 right now. I guess we should take a look at the alarm real quick. So we have our alarm card here. Sorry about the light. The cards are a little reflective. So we start off at 0, calm. And then all these things here, which I'm not going to go over in detail, but they affect the alarm. So we'll keep track of that on here. So the first is calm. Then when you flip it over, you're in suspicious. And then when you get to 8, the alarm is raised and everyone knows what's going on. So that is the alarm. That is the deployment zones and the patrol route. And I think we are ready to begin. So we'll have Andre deploy his sentries. Andre's deployment, so he has brought in half of his force, rounding down essentially, as the starting force on the board. So first we have Lieutenant Lankowski here by the searchlight. And then we're going to have some guys on patrol. So we're going to have a group of 2 here, and the patrol route's going this direction, so they face the way that they're going. So a pair of sentries here. We have the dog handler here, and then we have 1 gendarme with SMG here. And then reserve, he's going to have Timoteo and then the rest of these guys. And when it's time for the reserves to come in, we'll go over how that works. And I think that's it. So I think we're ready to begin the game. So we're ready to begin the game. Andre will be the bag man. And the defender always goes first, and that is the officer.
Because we got 2 chevrons as opposed to
2
1.
chevrons.
So that's one of my characters.
Yep. And since he is not on a patrol route, he will do a roving patrol action,
which is a white and a gray roll.
Yep. And it goes on your. So he has that's this one here, react.
So
3. So we've got 2 successes, so it's got to be equal to or less than. So we got a success there, a success there.
So I can use either of those, and each of those adds
1 inch.
1 inch.
So it's a 4-inch base move. So it'll be a 6-inch.
So I can go 6 inches that way or 6 inches that way.
Yep. And if you go this way, you'll have to lose 1 inch for going over that.
So going 5 inches that way.
Okay. Next one. So normally we would each draw, but since I'm holding the camera, we'll just have
I'm
Andre
drawing
draw.
for Travis.
Drawing for me. So this is one of my troopers. So it's either the pair of troopers. So we got Shea and Dignan or McInnes. So I'll have to bring one of them in within 24 inches of this corner. All right, so we'll do. So he gets 2 grays and a white. We're not going to go over this every time, but for the first time we'll go over it. So he's sneaking. So he gets a gray and a white for that, and if there's no enemy within 15 inches of him,
With line of sight.
with line of sight, he gets another one. So he is a react of 2. So I need a 2 or less for a success. All right, I got 1 success and 1 metal effect. So we'll go over these metal effects a little bit later when they come into play. I don't think his metal effects for sneak are going to do anything right now. But I do get 1 success. This negative eyeball would cancel out a positive eyeball on here, which would be a detected marker on him. So I'll get 1 success. So I'm going to move 4 plus 2 per success. So I'll go ahead and move him up 6 inches. So Ncos, so it's only 1 inch for success when you're sneaking. So he snuck up here 5 inches. There's a door on the back of this church. I'm going to try to get up here with that Bren into that bell tower. I think that's a good spot for it. So next draw will be for Andre.
And I got a
trooper. Or a sentry in this case. Right, so he's going to put, dog handler is going to go next. So since the alarm is calm, he only gets the 2 dice. Once it's raised, he'll start getting extra dice for moving. And he gets no successes. He's only a react of 1. So no 6. Yep, so he's going to put an eyeball on him for that.
So I'm going to be detected.
So he will be detected.
And I get a 4-inch.
Yeah, and if there's no successes, you just move whichever way you're facing as in as a sentry.
But I do have a metal.
Yep.
Which on the patrol I can use that as a recon. I could also. I was hoping to turn, but because I didn't have any successes, I can't turn. I could recon, but you're not within 15, so
yeah.
I'm not going to be able to detect you, so
that'll
be that.
He'll just move along his patrol route with his dog facing forward, oblivious. All right, next one. So he's drawing for me now.
And Travis gets his officer, or his,
one of my 2 characters. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, who is this? Sergeant Leach. He's going to come in. So I'm going to get 2 grays and a white for the same reason that Ncos did. So I got 1 success, an eyeball, which is not good. So he's going to be detected.
What order were you using?
Sneak.
You know, but which one of the symbols?
Oh, the sergeant. Oh, I'm sorry. He's only a 2. Yeah. Yeah, he's only a reactive 2.
So it's important to watch your, make sure your opponent isn't cheating.
So I don't get an extra inch of movement.
Yep.
So all I did was detected and a 4-inch move. Okay. So Andre was about to say that since I had a metal, the metal effect, one of the metal effects for sneak is freeze, which means you just stop in your tracks. You don't move.
So you stepped on a twig, you heard a snap, and you just froze right there, making sure you're not making any other noises. And
I will roll a basic react test, and if I get a success, it counts as an eyeball, which I do, or a negative eyeball.
Yeah.
So that equals one of these, which takes away my eyeball. So he is not detected, but he froze, so he did not move. So it's important to keep those eyeballs off you if you're moving.
Staying undetected is super important as the attacker.
Right,
and
so
this is me.
Yep. So
this is my 2nd activation for my officer.
All right. So we might cut out some of this movement stuff here. I don't know if we have to film every single random patrol.
Yeah, 1 success. So that would be 5 inches this direction.
And a
metal, which means I could do a recon. I can also, I believe, do a reface with that.
Okay, we'll check it out.
So the metal effect, I can turn with the metal, but I can only turn in the direction of the any success or any chevron. So because I only had the 1 chevron, it didn't change how I could face.
So that would come into play more when you have more dice when the alarm level starts rising.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so next one.
And for Travis, we have...
timer. Okay, so for that means that I get to pull an order card. So we'll just show the order cards on the camera so that the other person doesn't know what it is. So there it is. So it gives me a free action essentially when I activate. So I'll keep that.
And then it passes back over to me. And I'm activating a regular trooper.
So let's do the first turn here. We'll show how it works, but maybe we'll change the format up a little bit next turn.
So that's going to be 0 successes.
Yep.
With a patrol route of 4 inches -1 for going over. So he's just going to go right up to there, except he doesn't take his
Patrol marker.
patrol point with him.
Okay.
And
we did leave Andre's reserves chips out of the bag. They will be put in the bag when they timer. So another timer for me. So this is the opposite of our test game when Andre was getting them all, which means I get another order card. So let's see what it is. Okay, not horrible, but not super good.
And
that's for you.
But it's for you because I've activated twice and I've only got the one character on the board. Yep. So because I can't use it, I give it to Travis and he gets to place it.
Okay, so I could either activate Leach again, or I could bring Baldwin in. I'm going to bring Baldwin in so I can come in all the way up to here. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to just stop at the edge here. So I don't think you can... I think when you're sneaking you can stop. It's up to 4 inches. If you're doing a patrol, you have to go the full distance. There is a metal effect that allows you to not go the extra inches from a success in an advance, I believe. But normally for Andre, he's got to go the full distance. He can't stop. With my guys sneaking, I can stop. So I'm going to just try to move up to the edge here. So I got an eyeball, but I also got a negative eyeball. So that cancels that out. And then I got one, nope, no success. So I'm just going to move 4 inches. Okay, so Baldwin, he just popped in there behind the garage. And hopefully, maybe we can sneak out and knife that guy in the back. Okay, and me again, because your officer's gone.
Yep. So that was my draw, but again, my officer can't use it, so I hand it to Travis.
Okay, and then I'm going to use it over here on Leach again, I think. Alright, so Leach, we got 2 successes and a negative eyeball. So that's going to be a 6-inch move. So I'm just going to move up towards the back of the restaurant. Sergeant Leach, with the 2 successes, got the extra 2 inches of movement. So we moved up 6 there by the well. And he's heading up toward the back of the restaurant. Next chip. A timer. So that's the last timer.
So I drew it, but I don't get a card for it because it was the 3rd timer. It just ends the turn.
Yep, 3rd timer ends the turn. So Andre got no event cards for himself, and I got 2. And yeah, so that's the end of the first turn. So I think we'll change the format a little bit. Maybe we won't show all of the dice rolls because they're not all relevant, I don't think, especially if you're just patrolling.
Well, yeah, for the most part, yeah, especially early on, you're not actually trying to detect anything, and
yeah.
So
if something happens, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But if it's just normal moving and patrolling, we'll go as far as we can until something happens, and then we'll try to remember everything that happened and summarize it. So we'll pick everything up and we'll start the next turn.
And it'll be kind of confusing, because I'll be going around in a circle.
Yeah.
try and keep track of that.
Yeah.
All right, we're out.
I'm sure we can figure that out. The first draw, I guess. Like I said, the format's going to be a little bit challenging in this game just because of the way it works.
And
Andre will go. So the defender always goes first.
Okay.
So we'll try a turn and see how it works just by drawing off camera and then coming back when something happens.
And I got 1 success, and I'm already spotted, but because I'm not within 6 inches here, it can't, because I believe 6 inches line of sight or 2 inches indirect line of sight. If you get an additional detected, it can place onto somebody else.
Right.
So it's just a 4-inch move.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and a detective,
That's
which he
it.
already was. Okay, so we'll be back. So something happened. Like I said at the beginning of this video, and it's going to be this is a weird game to film. Anyway, so Leach moved up. His officer moved up, and I got a timer. So that means I draw another card. So we'll just show all the cards when they come up. So there it is. Andre's cards are totally different. They're event cards, so like all kinds of crazy things can happen. I had Baldwin. So what I want to do, I had him sneak around here. I got 2 medals on my sneak, which is I can use one of them to do a recon. In a recon, you have to have line of sight to someone within 15, which I do have line of sight to these guys here, and I'm within 15. So I'll take a basic smarts test, which is a black and a white, and my SAS officer smarts are 3. So I need 3 chevrons on at least one of these. I got 2 medals, which does nothing.
No. If you had 3 medals, that would be an auto success.
You can make it. Okay.
Exchange those for a success. But
all right, so Baldwin tried to spot them. Still a little too dark out. Maybe some mist blowing by.
I thought I saw
There was something over there.
some SS.
And then Andre's officer. So I had McInnes here is going to try to break this door down and go into the church. So I have to take a brawn test to break the door down. If I get an eyeball, he's detected because he's trying to smash through a door. So we'll see if we can quietly smash through this door. Brawn test. SAS Trooper's brawn is 2. I got it. And no eyeball.
Bummer.
So I will move in. Alright, so McInnes and his Bren are in here. And it's rough terrain inside the church. It's very dark in there.
There's furniture,
there's pews,
walls,
statues,
beer cans.
everything. The Germans probably threw a bunch of crap in there. So he's in there now. Next one is going to be my officer, since Andre's officer already went on Andre's draw. So I still have, both my officers both have 1 action left. Okay, so I did, again I'm confused. He moved up there. I didn't get any successes, so he just moved up to the corner of the restaurant, kind of peeking down around the corner towards that half track. And then over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Baldwin, I'm not going to move, I'm going to stay here because I would like to try to jump out and knife this guy when he goes by, assuming that officer doesn't come back this way. But I want to get a medal so that I can try to spot those guys. Okay, I got a medal. I think if I detected myself.
I see me.
But I did, those cancel each other out, so I need to take a basic smarts test. My smarts is 3. And we do...
No problem.
Okay, so these 2 guys here
Are detected.
are now detected, which will help my sergeant out a little bit. Alright, next one.
Hey, I get a
Andre
card.
got a timer.
And I got my card.
Oh, I'm showing. You're supposed to. I'm not supposed to look at it.
Well, you're not supposed to read it.
Oh.
You're just showing it on the
Okay,
camera.
I'm not reading it. We're gonna hold it up for a few seconds. Hit pause if you want to read it. So there it is.
Now I get to read it.
I thought you were gonna hold it up, and I was gonna just put that. But yeah, that'll work too. Where I can't see
that actually could come in fairly handy
Okay.
in this
Next.
scenario.
Next chip.
Next chip is
One of my troopers.
one of your troopers.
So I have just my pair left. I've had my 2 troopers here, Shay and Dignan, have come on here. So we're just going to try to sneak around the backside by these hedges, line this whole area, and then rush out and plant the bomb.
And
One of Andre's.
and that's it's actually the last chip in the bag other than
2
the
timers.
last timer.
Oh, the last timer. Okay.
So
Andre
they
will have to
will
move
go
those
ahead and
Oh, and we forgot to. We did move the timer up 1. The only thing that happened in turn 1 that could raise the timer was the turn ended. It goes up 1 at the end of every turn.
hey, they're detected. So if
They're
there
already
is somebody
detected.
else
Oh, yeah.
in the vicinity, so they're just going to move up there.
Yeah, if there's another enemy within or friendly within, I think 2 or 6 inches or something like that, and you draw another eyeball after you're already detected, it transfers to them. But that wasn't the case. But hey, look at this. I can see you They can't see me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, it's a 180, right?
Actually, no. It's off of the front of my base.
Uh-huh.
So no, I can't see you there. But because your base is cutting through my shoulders, I would actually have to roll a die to see if I detect you or not. If I was able to recon.
Oh. Okay.
So I had a success. So does that mean?
Did you have a medal?
So don't need a medal.
To
So
recon?
turning. After moving, the sentry must turn to face the direction pointed by the chevron on any success result. So
You only had to. So that was the. So you could turn that way.
no, it's not a can.
Oh, you have to. Okay.
I
You
turn
must.
that way.
Hey, he's
And
pointing his
if
flashlight
one
over
turns, they both turn.
there. Oh, even better.
So
I'm back here with my silenced carbine.
now at least I turned to my back to you there.
Okay, so that's the end of the turns. The next one's the timer, right?
Yep.
So the alarm's going to go up to 2, and we'll pick everything up. At the top of turn 3. And again,
So
we're struggling
at
with the
2 on the alarm.
Yep.
And I got a regular dude.
Andre's moved. His 2 sentries have just moved around. And they're heading towards that patrol marker up there. And then after that, Sergeant Leach got 2 successes, and he's moved up. He's right behind the half track, sneaking around. He's got his eyes on the objective.
Keep your eyes on the prize.
And it's Andre's. Dog handler, Andre actually got a success and was able to turn looking right in the direction of Leach, but he's over 15 inches. And he didn't get a medal anyway, so I don't think you could have done a recon.
Recon, but yeah, true. But
hey, at least he's facing the right way.
Facing the right way.
This is the weird part about the game is the defender, which we'll talk about in the wrap-up, I'm sure, but you're kind of just at the mercy of the dice. But I mean, how else are you going to do a stealth game? Anyway, so one of my characters. Do some shooting finally. So Leach, he's the one I'm going to activate. He's going to just pop up. So when you're part of any shooting action, you get a free 2-inch move. So he moved 2 inches up to the fence, and we're going to target this gendarme here. So I'm using my silenced carbine. So base, it's a white and a gray. And you get some bonuses. So being covert, I get a gray. And my target not having line of sight to me at any point during the move, which he didn't when I was back there, will get me another gray. So now I roll all 4 of these dice. The SAS Sergeant shooting is 2. So I need to get at least a 2 chevron.
I thought you said it was 1 on the carbine.
The strength of the weapon.
Oh.
His shooting skill is 2. Ooh, 3 successes. Oh, it's not good for the gendarme. Okay, we'll figure this out. So Andre will attempt to duck. So if you have not activated yet, you have to duck. So he's going to pull his chip out, and he's going to use that to duck. If he were in cover, he would get a free duck action. It wouldn't cost him anything. So what he's going to do is he's going to roll on his, what's duck? React, which for a sentry or a gendarme is 1. So he gets 2 dice. So the most he could, if he gets 2 successes, he can only block 2 of these.
And
He
I got none.
No successes. So 3 of them go through.
You didn't identify. You didn't spot me.
Oh, that's right. You're not. Oh man. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing. I don't remember what I rolled. Did I roll did I roll a medal?
No,
I would have had to roll a medal. Oh man. Okay, yeah, I think we screwed that up. Hold on. Scratch all of that. Andre's right. He's not detected yet. If he was detected, I could have done that, but since he's not detected, I cannot do that. So what I will do instead is I'll just do a normal. I'll just get up there and see if maybe if I get a medal.
Those guys in front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You want to explain why that isn't a good idea necessarily?
Because it would raise the alarm, I think.
Well,
quite a
because
bit.
there's 2 of
Two
them
of them.
there, and you're not going to get them both. And usually you notice when your buddy drops dead right in front of you.
Yeah, bodies raise the alarm quite a bit.
They cause concern, yes.
If you see a body, yeah. So okay. Anyway, we'll just have Leach move up, and hopefully I get a medal and I can spot him. Okay.
There's your medal. Oh, there's
he's detected though.
But you've got a medal.
And so I could freeze.
You can freeze.
I will freeze.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
right
detected.
move.
I need to. I need to keep him covert so that I can sneak up to the objective. So I need to get a smarts test here. I need a 2.
Oh!
No, I don't get it. He's detected.
Oh man.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, that's what happens when you got a guy staring right at you and you're trying to sneak out behind the spotlight.
I don't think I'll move. I'll freeze anyway without losing the thing.
I was going to say, I don't think you've got a choice. Once you freeze, you're not moving.
Okay. So I'm still frozen.
Okay.
I just didn't lose my eyeball. All right. The gendarme has moved up. He was detected as well under your rolling eyeball. So now if I get my officer here, I might be rolling out. I might be able to sneak up and get that guy. A timer. Okay, so I get another order card.
Which is what I need to be drawing,
That's
not
not bad.
Travis.
I should probably look through these again. One of them might help me in this situation.
And
There we go.
My
No, that's
officer.
your officer. Okay, so Andre's Officer Ncos will go. The Ncos, he's just wandering off. He's wandering over. He must have heard something happening in that shed over there. He just kind of went that way, and then another timer came out for me. And it is this. Oh, this one's pretty good. I remember this from our play test. Man, I don't have a silenced pistol. That would have been sweet. Silent take down that guy. Remove his spotted marker.
So I
That'd
pulled
been great.
another character
Kowski again?
for
Okay.
myself. Hey!
Hey, 2 successes, and he can start at least coming back the right direction, I think.
But I don't think I can turn before I...
Oh, you have to just... Oh, we'll figure it out. Lankowski's moved 6 inches that way at 2 successes.
There's your office.
Okay. So now maybe I could try to take this dude out from behind with my knife. So I am behind him. So let's see what that entails. Alright, Baldwin is rushed out here. So in the fight action, you get a 4-inch move for free. And you just have to get within 2 inches. So I moved up, I got within an inch. I'm pretty safe, there's not... Well, this guy's kind of facing this way, but he's already activated. You can defend against these things, but he's already activated, so he cannot defend. So he's just going to have to take it. So I get a white and a gray for the combat knife, which he's armed with. And I'm going to get a gray for being covert, a gray for being out of line of sight, and I think a white for having a clear view. I think that applies to this as well. Maybe we're wrong. I don't know. But
that's how I remember it, but I know that was for shooting.
I know shooting.
Actually, yeah, because it's in the targeted actions, and this is a targeted action, whether it's for fighting or for shooting.
Okay.
So, yes.
So his combat knife, he's a brawn of 2. So Baldwin trying to sneak up and cut this guy's throat. I only got 1 success.
Do eyeballs
And 2 eyeballs.
count on...
And then 2 medals.
I know they don't usually...
We'll see what the medals and the eyeballs do. So not a great sneak attack there by Baldwin, sadly. The eyeballs do count, but one of the medal effects for the combat knife is quiet. So if you get a medal, you can negate 1 eyeball. But he's still going to be detected by that. And the other rule for combat knife is cut throat, the medal effect, which makes it the weapon a level 3. Still only got 1. So not a great roll.
So I got to make my trauma roll.
Well, I got to roll to see if I kill you first. It's a strength of 1, the combat knife. So I only got 1 success. So if I get a 1 here, he's dead.
What about my trauma roll?
You do that if you live, yeah.
Okay, so I live.
You do live.
So my trauma roll.
So trauma roll.
Eyeballs or nothing.
Yep, so if you don't die, you have to see how traumatized you are by it. So he got stabbed in the back. He's traumatized.
Which means I flip to
the red. So he's wounded, and that means that his chip will not be picked up when the turn ends. So he's just going to do nothing next turn. But Baldwin has been detected. I still have another one. I could try to knife him again. I'm gonna have no choice but to do that. All right, next chip.
Camera.
Okay, next chip. And that's Andre. Another one of Andre's sentries, which I think he's out of sentries.
They've all gone, so it's you.
So it goes to my sentries. So two of my troopers came out. First it was my pair. They moved up here. They're coming around that way. And then it was my Bren Gunner Ncos just moved up through the church. And then the last timer came out before my second officer, so he can't try to finish that guy off, sadly, which sucks. So that's the end of the turn, and we're going to be approaching the next alarm level here, but we'll pick it up and move on. So we'll talk about the alarm here. I got 2 eyeballs, so that actually adds +1 each. So that's 2. So we're actually all the way up to 5, so we're suspicious now. So the defenders can still only take advance or patrol actions, or they can take advance actions, and they gain a + white dice. And the attacker may discard ordered cards and draw the next one.
Which you haven't been doing.
Which I haven't been doing. I don't have that many. Oh, I forgot to look at my things to see. Man, I bet you there was something in here that would have helped me with that.
That's what you get for drawing too many cards.
Oh, and I had deadly hands too. Oh man, if the fighter is covert, reroll metal effects. I could have rolled both of those metal effects today. All right, I got to pay more attention here.
Yeah.
This turn I will pay more attention, I promise. So we'll move on to the next turn. The next turn, I screwed up big time on that one. I should have killed that guy probably. Let me see what I would have got, just out of curiosity here. 2 more successes. Yeah, he would have been toast. Damn it. And Andre do a timer. He finally gets a card. There it is. I'm not reading it. Okay. Let Andre read it, though. Is that a good one?
I'll take it.
All right, cards. Remember the cards and the veteran cards.
I really wanted the one that lets me barracks guys in the building, but
Hey, wake up.
I wanted that before you actually got in there. There's a trooper for you.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can move Ncos up to the bell tower. Get ready to provide some covering fire. There we are, we made it. So he's up there, he did not get spotted. He's snuck up into the bell tower, he's ready to lay it down at the Bren. Need some targets.
Hey!
Timer, another timer for Andre. Okay, so he's going to get another card. There it is, I'm not reading it. Okay, let Andre read it.
Was it any good?
I don't know. It looked like some barbed wire. Of course, I think they all have the barbed wire on the cards. Okay, next card. So that's one of my other, so that's just these guys over here. So these guys just moved up this way, and Lankowski, he rolled an extra white dice now because the alarm level is raised. And he's moving this way. Didn't get a medal, so he can't recon, but he's at least going the right
Don't
direction.
need to recon. I can see him.
Oh crap, that's right. I'm already detected. Never mind. But he can't do anything yet.
Which, yeah, with a pistol, I know I don't have a that kind of range.
All right, I better get him out of here. Okay, Baldwin here is going to knife this guy. So I could shoot him, but I don't have a silenced weapon. So if I fired a non-silenced weapon, the alarm level goes up +2 immediately, which is going to get us up into alarm raised here already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knife him again. I'll still get these for the basic weapon. I'll get +1 for being behind him,
sight.
and then 1 for a clear view.
Yep. You don't get the extra gray for
being covert. Because I'm detected. So I will use my deadly hand. So if I get any battle results, I get to re-roll. And his brawn is still 2. So needing 2s.
Oh!
But this was a metal. So... Oh, but... Metal effect, cut throat. It raises the strength of the weapon to 3. So...
The strength or the
strength of the
hit
weapon.
or the kill?
the weapon strength. So the weapon strength's normally 1, but with Cutthroat, with a metal effect, it makes it 3. So that turns it into 3 successes.
What I'm hearing you say, though, is that weapon strength, isn't that the kill effect, not the hit effect?
It's the kill, yeah. So this is a combat knife.
So you were just rolling to hit, not to kill. So that's not going to bump this roll up.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. But it would, yeah, okay, I got you. So then I'll re-roll one of these.
So you could re-roll one of those, or you could take that one hit and raise your
To a
hit
3.
level up to a 3.
I'll re-roll. All right,
You got it.
that's 2. Okay, so now I have to roll 1s to kill, which I don't. Man, I cannot kill this guy. So roll your trauma for 2. Roll your 2 trauma dice, and I got 2 hits.
I gotta get it. Oh,
He got 1.
no, or yes. Well, so you said you had 2 hits, right?
Yeah.
Which means I did not roll this gray dice.
Oh,
I just rolled that.
okay, the white dice.
But that is still a success. So I avoided death here.
Okay. So yeah, no effect. Baldwin here is flailing away with his knife. He can't seem to take this guy down.
Yeah, did my officer notice anything?
But Andre's officer could now run up and shoot him with his pistol.
Well,
First, he's going to activate one of his sentries.
so I've got a sentry that's watching
Sentry's
all
within
this.
15, and he is spotted, which means Andre can now do an advance action and no longer has to do roving patrol. Okay, so Andre, his dog trooper moved up, so he can't shoot. They can't shoot the defenders until the alarm's fully raised. But he moved this way, so they're closing in on Baldwin. And then another trooper came out. Both of mine went, so Andre is now going to use his last troop.
So I've got observe people within 15.
Does that mean you can come around the corner here and fire at...
I don't think so, because I don't have line of sight.
Okay.
I can't see through this carrier.
But you can advance now, which means you move towards the nearest detected.
Only if
Only if you're in line of sight?
line of sight.
No, I think you can do it.
No, I have to have line of sight, or I have to have the. I think the dog can help me out there also.
All right, we'll figure it out. Andre, he will now move in advance order, right?
So I don't have to have line of sight. Basically, what's happened? This guy back here is detected by these guys over here. They saw him and said, "Hey, go check out that. There's something moving around behind that half track."
A red hat bouncing around back there.
So I get the white and the gray plus a white because we're at suspicious. So I would turn and
Got his
move.
flashlight.
So I'm going to be coming around that way.
So
So
one success.
one success and an eyeball. I'm already detected, so that doesn't matter. And that's 6 inches, and that's enough to make contact. But we can't do that. I have to stop within 1 inch.
So he's coming around. There he is. Hey, guys. That's not good. Machine gun, submachine gun, and a rifle. So they're right there. So my
Okay.
plan is falling apart, all because of Baldwin couldn't take that dude out. See, if he would have knifed that guy, okay, it's my fault, not Baldwin's. I didn't use my deadly hands. I didn't use any of my cards. I screwed that up big time.
Well,
timer.
have a timer.
I'll have another card, thank you.
Pull a card.
Not horrible.
I was going to say you can throw it away. You still got 4 left.
Yeah, I'll use it.
And my officer.
Oh no. Andre's officer now will go.
All right.
That's not good. Okay, so the alarm has been raised. So there's a thing called close watch in this game. So I think it's within 6 inches, but line of sight, or if the enemy or if the target's in cover and you're within 2 inches, they're under close watch, and that raises the alarm by 3. So the alarm is now going off in the town. It's ringing out, and so that's what raised the alarm. The guy with the flashlight spotted Sergeant Leach. Alarm's going off, which means Andre's officer now can move up and try to get in pistol range, which is 10 inches.
It also means that all of the chips are in the bag.
The reserves are going to start coming in. Is it this turn or at the end of next turn?
No, immediately.
Immediately once the alarm is raised.
And
so he will now, he can do a 4-inch move, or 2-inch
move. Although you're already within 10, but I can move up 2.
Yep. Oh boy. Okay. So we'll get the dice out and see what happens here.
Great eye.
All right, so Ncos is within range of Baldwin. So Andre just looked it up, and we have to see if he's coming from behind or not. So
great eye.
Great eye. So it's a chevron.
And it's a chevron, which means I'm to the front of you.
Okay. So he does not get an extra dice for that.
So where that came in is my base. The line through his shoulders was catching my base. So it was not, you roll a die to see if any part of the base catches that center line.
Okay, so he's just going to get the pistol, which is 2 white, and then you get an extra white for having a clear line of sight. And your shooting as an officer is 2. Oh, jeez, 3 successes.
Okay.
And I have to duck.
You have
I gotta
to
duck.
Duck, duck.
So this is a, what kind of test is a duck? A react. So my react is only 2 as an SAS officer. So I need 2s here. Oh yeah. So I canceled 2 of them out.
Canceled out 2. Nice.
So 1 goes through, Andre.
1 through.
And roll that to see. Strength of a pistol is 1.
1 white.
Yep. Nope.
Middle effect on that, or?
Let's check it. Trauma test time for Baldwin. He's got a lot of guts though at 3. Oh yeah.
No
Nothing
problem.
happens. We don't care. So does that even come out?
Yeah.
So that even if you pass or not?
It came out. He
man.
ducked.
Damn. So he had to duck. So he's done. He can't go again this turn. He's just kind of hanging out there in the breeze, sadly.
Hanging in the breeze.
That's
yours.
Okay, so that's going to be Leach, who's going to have to do something here because we got some enemies directly in front of us. Right, Baldwin, he's going to throw a grenade. So all the SAS are issued grenades. So we move 2 inches. Oh, the Bren gunner came tumbling out of the church tower. Hey, how do you get there?
Hey, he's behind us. We can't see him.
So Baldwin, he pulled back. We're going to throw a grenade. Andre is using the low on ammo card. Use attacker shoot action. Play before the dice are rolled. The eyeball results negate hits. So he's a shoot of 2. So all the 2s would be hits unless they're eyeballs, or unless he gets an eyeball to cancel it. So come on, grenade.
Come on, eyeballs.
No eyeballs. I got 1. What is a metal effect on a grenade? The metal effect blast lets you roll an extra white dice for guys within 2 inches.
Come on, eyeball.
But if you get, hey, it negated my own hit. No, it's another success. Okay, 2 successes. So I hit both of those guys with the grenade. Hell yeah. Okay, grenade strength is only 1. So I roll them separate, you think? Probably not.
No. Do they have spread?
No, but I mean, should I roll the hit?
You only hit 1 guy with.
One guy with 2? I'll check it. Roll them separate. So the guy in the back here with the SMG, nothing. The other guy's dead. So the rifle guy's killed. The SMG guy is now going to have to roll a trauma test, Andre.
Okay. And
I guess
do I get both?
Yeah, I think
so.
so.
I get both because he only got 1.
Yep.
1 hit.
He got
and that's a success. So he's good.
If he would have failed, that would have got flipped over to red.
Which would not have been a happy thing.
No.
He wants to fire that SMG back at you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, next one. So all these reserves can start coming in now too, which is a problem for me. That's what the Bren's for. Officer.
And
that's your officer. So your other officer, Sergeant Timoteo, can start coming in.
Yeah.
Sergeant Timoteo has come on. So reserves come in. They make an advance move towards the center, the objective, or the center of the table if there's no objective.
Which in this case is both.
Yeah, so it's, I think, an exception to the rule because, like Andre said, there's no enemies within 15 detected. So we couldn't technically make an advance, but I think
Rules say I had to do an advance on from
but it gives you a
reserve.
target to go to.
And you don't have any more, right?
I have none left. So Andre still has a bunch of reserves he can bring in. Changing plans. To come in from reserve, you got to pass the smarts test, which he did not. So it's who you bringing in next. Your pair of sentries. They do not come on either because sentries smarts are only.
They aren't that smart.
One. Your gendarmes would have made it on.
Well, let's try them.
Yep, and he's just going to keep going because all my guys are gone. They're not coming on either, so none of the reserves. He's got one solo sentry.
My sergeant again.
Trying to come in again. He makes it. So Timoteo passes smarts test for his second action. So he'll come in where he was. That's fine.
And
that'd be me.
oh.
I
So
still
that
have
other one,
Leach.
I thought you said you were done.
I was done with my troopers.
Okay.
I still got Leach left. So I'm going to have to try to finish that guy off. But the turn actually ended. We screwed that up again. Like I said, this is going to happen a lot in this game. So he's not going to go, and Timoteo did not come in.
We actually had pulled all 3 timers and
Yeah.
didn't notice.
Okay, we'll pick him up and start the next turn. Well, Andre's automatically going to go first, so we'll see who goes first. Hopefully not the
So
officer.
the alarm is already raised.
Yep,
Nothing
alarm's
else going on.
A
And
trooper, okay.
trooper.
So this guy now can do something. He's got an SMG. So he could turn around and blast Baldwin, I guess, or he can do something else. So he's had his gendarme here with the SMG. Turn, he's going to blast Baldwin. Gendarme's,
You stab me, I shoot you.
yeah, gendarme's only shooting up 1, but a SMG's 3 white dice.
I just don't shoot very well.
He does not shoot very well. He misses.
Wow. And
That'll affect his spread, which
no
spreads
point.
hits.
Okay.
Okay.
That was fun.
Okay, next. Oh yeah, that's my officer. So I probably should do something with Baldwin. Huh? Yeah, I think that's probably my best bet here. I'm going to use a card
It's right in front of you.
right in front of me. I'm using quick and slow. So my first action is an advance. So if I can get more than 6 from this guy with my advance, I'll be out of close watch, which I should be able to. So I got 1 success. What is the metal effect for an advance? Ignore all successes and just move 4 inches. I don't want to just move 4 inches. I want to move 5 inches, which will get me out of.
Actually,
it should get me.
you're not advancing.
Why?
You are advancing, even though you can't advance.
Why can't I advance?
Um,
I can advance.
the fighter turns and moves 4 inches plus 2 per successful die roll directly towards the nearest detected enemy within 15 inches.
Alright, so I can't sneak. An advance has to be towards the nearest enemy. Or, yeah, so I can't do it. So I have to fight. But I want to fight this guy, Ncos. So if I pass the smarts test, it allows me to go after an enemy within 15 that's not the closest. So I'll take a smarts test. His smarts are 3. So we do pass the smarts test. So I'm going to move my 2 inches. And we're going to fire at Ncos with our pistol. See if we can do something to him.
See how they roll.
So 3 white dice.
See how they roll.
I'm a shooting of 2. I got one success. Is there a metal effect? Let's see what the metal effect is. We'll use the double tap rule for the pistol, which means if there's exactly 1 success, I can re-roll the metal. Come on, Baldwin. You got to make up for your. Oh, he only got 1 success. So
And he was really loud about it.
yeah, so he's blasting away here. But he did hit Ncos once. So if I get a 1 here,
Well,
nope, I don't get it.
actually, don't I have to duck first?
Duck first. Oh yeah, yeah. So you have to duck. Well, it doesn't matter. You still got a duck though.
So anyway, whether I successfully ducked or not, you missed.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it did take an action
Still
on
not,
my.
no. It might stop you from taking a trauma test though. See if it won't. He still has to take a test.
So ducking.
Yeah, I think he
That'll be a
passes.
successful duck.
Yep.
Which means I don't have. I was
So you
able to
didn't get
duck
hit
the
at
shot.
all.
I
Yeah.
wasn't hit. Don't have to worry about taking a
Trauma test.
trauma test.
So, but he does have to use that since he's in the open. And if you have a action, you have to use it to duck.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Baldwin. So next, okay, that's your officer or your NCO.
Which.
Lankowski has, he's going to move up and fire at Baldwin. So he gets his 2-inch move. He's got to the cover. So if he's not going to be able to shoot again, but if he gets shot at, if you were, he would have get the cover save.
Well, also.
Possibly.
I still have clear line of sight, even though there's intervening terrain there, because the first inch of cover does not count as blocking any line of sight when you're shooting.
So he'll get an extra white dice.
So I do get the extra white, and I will use the pistol metal effect to. Oh,
You
if
have to have
there's
one
exactly
success.
one.
That's cheating. So I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to duck.
Yeah, you just stand there and go.
Hey, we might get to see that cover effect after all.
We might. Oh man. Okay. Well.
It's a shootout. Nope. That's mine. Okay, so McInnes, are you ready to fire the Bren, or do we wait till these pairs start coming in so we can light them up? There's a couple of choices I have to make here. Dignan and Shea have advanced, so got a pretty decent move. 2 successes. They were able to get all the way up here towards that detected enemy there. Okay, that's Andre's. Well, it's either going to be. Oh no, your officer's done. So a smarts test.
Nope.
Why? Oh, a second time they automatically come in, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to come in there.
So that 2 white.
2 white. That's 3 successes.
Wow. So that'll be
Man, so that's
10 inches.
Yeah. He's going towards the searchlight. We gotta guard the searchlight, boys.
Over here.
All right, so we got some action about to be happening here in the middle of the square.
And what was?
Maybe this guy did go. I don't remember. Yeah, see, we're losing track of all these tokens now.
He didn't.
I think he did move, didn't he? I
No,
don't
he.
remember.
Well, was that this turn? He moved up next to the.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he did now, because we don't know.
Well, it's there, so.
What do you think? So another one of mine. Damn, I didn't want my Bren yet. Okay. McInnes is going to fire his Bren at. I guess I'll just move up there. Part of my 2-inch move. We're going to fire our Bren at Timoteo. So Bren's 3 white dice. I got a clear line of fire, which makes it 4 white dice. And I'm a shooting of 2 as a SAS trooper. So needing 2s.
Ouch.
2 successes. So you can try to dodge.
No, I have to try and.
You have to dodge. Wait, did I have a... No, I only had 2 successes.
So my dodge is successful.
You got 1. One dodge made it. So 1 goes through, right?
Yep.
And a Bren is strength 2. So if I get a 2 here, he's dead.
Ah!
Timoteo is taken down by McInnes with the Bren. Man, that Bren. Strength 2 is like a big deal.
It is.
That's the strongest weapon, though.
All right.
Strength 2. All right, Andre, that's your officer.
No, it's your officer.
My officer. Okay. I'm going to have to do something again with Baldwin. I still got this guy over here. But Baldwin's got 2 sentries on either end of him, so let's figure out what we're going to do with him. Baldwin has, we're going to charge Lankowski. He was the closest, so I don't have to roll for that. So we're going to take our 4-inch move and move up here
So that you got clear line of sight.
Clear line of sight. That gives me an extra dice. If I moved up here, I would not have clear line of sight, and I only get 2 dice. So the brawn of an SAS officer is 2. Ooh, 2 successes. And Andre cannot
Not defend.
dodge, duck, nothing. Defend, whatever it's called. So 2 whites. That means I need to roll 1s on these. Because the strength is 1 on a knife. Oh, he's dead. I've killed both of the German characters in this turn. One at the bren, one at the knife to the throat.
Not looking so good.
Yeah, he still has a lot of reserves, though.
Yeah, but...
So next is one of Andre's sentries. Okay, now this gendarme here is going to SMG Baldwin in the back. So he's going to get 3 for the SMG, 1 gray one for being behind, and another white one for being within clear line of sight.
Actually, I'd like to change my mind on that.
Okay.
Because he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But over here...
I was kind of hoping you'd forget about that guy.
Yeah, I kind of did. So...
He's got an SMG.
But I'm not...
You'll lose a
I
white...
got clear line of sight, so that's another white dice, right?
Yeah, but you lose the gray dice.
Right,
Okay.
so I just got 4 dice coming in. And we probably want to do something like that.
Okay. This guy's a better shooting than the gendarme as well. The gendarme's only shooting up 1. This guy's shooting up 2.
Which would make 2 hits.
2 hits.
Which you'll want to try and duck one of those, I suppose.
Yes, I don't think I have a choice. Okay, so he'll take that and... Come on, Leach. So 1... It's, what's duck? React? It's only 2 anyway. Okay, so 1, I saved 1.
So 1 comes through. So what's my
One goes
weapon?
through. It's a white dice for SMG.
So I need a 1.
You need 1.
Oh
Oh no, he's dead. He killed, now my officers are falling. So my NCO died. And if he dies, then the game's over because both of my guys with the demo charges are dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it might be the end of the game here. Because I still got to make it through.
Well, here's another card for you to try and...
Yeah, and the cards haven't done anything for me. They all say sneak on them. Oh, this one. That one would be good. Well, that's kind of situational. You get a first action shoot, and then someone within 10 inches gets a fight. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it could happen.
Yeah.
All right, so then what'd you pull?
And then a
timer.
I pulled one.
Okay. Andre's. I have to make sure the glare isn't on it. So.
I wasn't sure if you were forgetting not to read or...
No. I remember not to read. I was trying to make sure the camera glare wasn't on the camera.
Okay.
And I'm done. I have nothing left.
Really?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, well this is still yours. Oh, but it doesn't matter because the 2 timers... Oh, third timer. You got lucky.
So there's a chance that I might be able to...
You got super lucky.
Yeah. Baldwin may live. Alright, we'll see what happens here.
Travis was just saying I get to go first, but if this is a character, which it's not...
That would be one of the only times that the attacker could go first, I guess, would be if all of the enemy characters are dead and you pull a character card first.
Well, let's see if we can end this.
Yeah, if you kill Baldwin, it's over.
I need a hero.
Okay, the gendarme with the SMG is going to try to do what he didn't do last time.
Well, I guess he should do his 2-inch move.
Yeah, he can move up. That way I can turn around and knife him.
Sneaking up on him and...
A whiff.
No!
No?
Not a whiff.
Why? Oh, you get 1 success if you get 3 medals.
3 medals is a success.
Okay, so I have to dodge. White dice, please. And my react is 2. Come on, Baldwin. Just dodge this thing so we can get the... Yeah.
No problem, but that does...
It does take that.
Cost you.
Okay, next card. Timer? I don't want any more timers. None of these order cards do anything for me. Doesn't do any good.
Okay.
I needed to use those a lot earlier in the game.
Me.
Because they're all for sneaking around mainly.
Okay. Moving up to
The dog.
and taking a shot.
You're not going to attack with the dog?
Oh, can
You
I?
got to attack with the dog.
Okay. White dice.
Okay, the dog is charging Baldwin.
With 3 white dice.
3 white dice. Let's get right to
See
it.
how they run.
Oh, he's got metal effects.
Oh, that was...
So he has the aggression metal effect is re-roll the metal result if the fighter had a clear view. So I think you can only re-roll one of them.
Well, I called... That was right in the middle.
Oh, so you re-rolled
So
it?
I re-rolled it.
Okay, so then re-roll the one that you have left.
The metal...
Oh, it makes it.
Wow.
So 3. The dog is...
Never underestimate 3 white dice.
Yeah. Okay then. Baldwin's gonna see if he can knife the...
Or he's got to defend here.
Gotta defend. I got 1.
Okay.
So 1 is blocked and
Okay.
two bites go through.
So needing 1s on this? I
Need
assume?
ones. Yep. No, he doesn't.
No. But you drop
Trauma tests.
a gray dice because you had more than 1 come through, so you've got to pass it on 1 white dice.
Guts is 3, right? We passed it. So no effect. Well, aside from not being able to do anything and being surrounded.
Well, yeah.
All right, McKinnis and his Bren are going to have to get over here and shoot that dog down. That's all there is to it.
Okay. So
give me a single chevron so I can use. I don't want another timer. I don't want another timer.
you're doing what I did on the play test. Nothing but cards.
Timers. That's not going to be helpful in this situation. You know, I'm going to discard that one.
You can't.
Oh,
That was before the alarm was raised.
all right then.
I can discard now.
Okay.
Not you. And a basic dude.
So he hasn't gone yet, huh?
He has not. And
So-
he's within 15 as I recall. So he could move.
And these guys aren't detected. So yeah, he's going to have to go that way towards Baldwin.
So he can move 2.
SMG though is only at a 10-inch range. Is he
Oh.
within 10?
Um,
No, it doesn't look like it.
so I couldn't do that. Bummer.
You just have to advance towards him.
So
So that guy's just come around towards Baldwin 4 inches. Because my pair over there is not detected yet. Alright, good. I'll take that.
actually, you fired your Bren, didn't you?
Was that this turn?
Well, he's detected up there.
He's
in the
detected, yeah.
tower.
Yeah, he's detected.
So would I? So I would.
That's
Don't
right.
I have to go?
Towards the nearest guy, yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, so he would have to... How the hell would he even do that? I guess he'd have to go through the door.
So I guess I'd come around.
And then we're in close... And then we've been detected there. Because you're now in close watch. So you came around and spotted these 2 guys kind of sneaking around this way.
Okay.
Alright, well my Bren is going to... They haven't gone yet, so they can take him out. Hopefully. And then my Bren is going to fire at that dog. That's... we got to take him down. He's a little bit... He's a problem. McKinnis, the Bren again at this guy here. Shooting up 2, 4 dice. 2.
Can't duck.
Okay, and strength 2. Come on, Bren.
Oh.
Oh, crap. Damn you, Bren.
So
First time that Bren hasn't killed something.
Oh, I need a white die.
A white die.
So I dropped the gray die because you had 2 through.
Yep, so if you can get some trauma through here, yes. So that's going to flip. So he can't activate next turn, which is...
Fairly big deal.
That's a big deal for me.
It wasn't a great result, but it's...
I'd rather kill him, but I'll take it.
Okay, back to me.
So you can start bringing in
Trooper.
your reserves.
So who's got, what's the longest range weapons I've got? Rifles?
I got a rifle. Both, they all have one rifle.
Okay.
This is one
What's the
rifle.
range on a rifle?
20 inches.
But I can't come in and shoot anyway, can I?
No. Andre brought in some. Oh, you got to pass the smarts test, Andre.
No, I don't.
Why?
Because it's not the same turn as the end of the,
Oh, I thought it was
being raised.
Oh, so I thought it was the second time they tried to come in.
No, it's if you try and come in on the same turn that the alarm is raised, you have to pass the
same
smarts test.
Okay. Well, anyway, these guys advanced towards the nearest detected enemy, which is these guys.
Ah!
That's these guys. Is it grenade time again? It's got to be. I'll figure it out. Okay, here we go. I moved my 2 inches for my shoot action. And we're going to toss another grenade over here. So 2 white dice and a gray plus 1 for the clear line of sight. So we're going to have Shay throw it. Shooting of 2. Oh man, only one hit.
But I don't have a duck reaction.
Okay, see if we can kill one of these boys. So let's roll for, we'll put it on the SMG. Nope. Man, don't do anything.
Well, no, I have to do a
Trauma check.
trauma check.
He
Nothing.
passes. Man, I needed at least to suppress those guys and keep them out.
Well,
the
you
next
should
turn.
have. You shouldn't have thrown the grenade 15 feet over my head.
Maybe I should have just used my SMG.
Maybe.
Right, so
And it's me again.
he still has reserves. Andre brought the 2 pair of gendarme in, so yeah, it's not looking good for me here. Suddenly the German, all the guys that are hanging around in the city are showing up. And then these guys were in close watch.
And it's my last dude.
Yeah, and I don't have anything left.
And is that 2 successes or no? That's no successes, isn't
That's
it?
no successes, yeah.
So
Your
he's
reaction's only 1 with him.
just gonna come in 4.
Okay, so we'll move on. Okay, here we go. Give me my officer, Andre.
Yeah, it would be lucky if you get it. Oh,
Oh, Andre
that's
got a
still
timer.
pretty lucky.
That's the one you're.
Oh, I should draw a different one.
Yeah. There's Andre's card, which he hasn't used a card. I used 1 card so far. That's it. Yeah, it's not looking good. I needed to be a lot more sneaky. I should never. Well,
Actually, I can redraw.
redraw.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the alarm's been raised, so I'm going to discard that and choose another card. That was I could delete one of your non-detected, but at this point, that's not really a thing.
Delete one of my non-detected. What does that mean? I mean, make them detected?
And I don't think I can do it more than once.
Probably not.
Okay.
All right, now draw my officer. Please.
Actually, it doesn't matter who draws your officer, so long as somebody draws him.
I get to go, though. Hey,
You get to
Bren, or Bren? Bren? I guess I need to... He's more, he's more important. Let's see if we can...
Yo, Bren!
Bren gun.
So you're shooting... these
Shooting the
guys?
gendarmes.
Or-
Yep. No, these guys.
These guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to just take my chances with the dog.
Actually, I don't know that I need that yet.
Not yet. So the Bren is going to fire over here. Needing 2s. So 3 successes. Come on, Bren. Gonna dodge. She's got one
of them. So 2 come through.
Yep. So we'll roll needing 2 on this guy here. Nope, the other guy. Man.
So that means I'm rolling,
Trauma.
but I should only be making 1 trauma roll.
Yeah. The first was a dodge roll.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, I don't think, oh, you,
Just do 1.
so it's just 1 trauma for the, so
Yeah, for the pair.
2 came through, so I lose the gray die though, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's one each.
All right, Andre.
What's so hard
you
about
can
this
stop
game?
rolling ones.
What's so hard about this?
So Andre's. Oh, that's my officer. Yes. It's all coming together. I want to charge the light. Can I just go run over there with my satchel charge? Ignore everybody. Because if I have to just sit here and fight, then I'll never make it. Because there'll just always be guys pouring in, and I'll never get to the objective. So, I'm gonna have Baldwin move 2 inches towards the objective, and we're gonna fire at the dog guy with 3 shots. And my shooting is a 3. Ooh, wow. 3 go through. So do your dodge. I'm still trying to get to the objective. I don't know if it'll happen, but.
Well, actually, so if you keep taking out all my dudes, I can't take you out.
That's true.
So, doing a dodge.
Doing a dodge. To react for a gendarme is 1.
Not gonna make it.
Yep, so 3 go through.
Ouch.
So I gotta get a 1 though. Come on. Got him.
Got it.
Finally. Dog guy dead. That was good. Next card.
This guy went this turn?
I don't think so. No, he hasn't gone yet. Guess his thing just wasn't in the bag.
He was just standing on, he was hiding his...
He was hiding it. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to face Baldwin. He can go now, though. Gendarme, he's going to move over and fire, try to gun him down from
managed to get behind him.
2-inch move. He's a shooting of 1. 2 have gone through. Metal
What's
effect
my
is
metal?
spread, so nothing.
I don't know.
It actually would have spread to him if I didn't kill him. But he's dead, so it doesn't matter. So
Okay.
2 go through.
Yep.
So I will take a duck. I got a duck.
You got a duck.
I do duck 1 of them. So I'm out of action, so I can no longer... So being out in the open, forget it. Stay behind a fence.
Okay, so 1 went through.
1 went through. Strength 1.
And it's
What is it?
a 2.
Oh, thank God. That would have been it. That would have been game.
So you do your trauma check.
Which I
You got
pass.
it. Okay.
Alright, next card. Do I even have anything left? I think I'm out. I'm done.
Well, you get a card.
Oh, yay, another card. The last card, is it any good? Nope. Oh, no, free. Yeah, not really. Okay, so one thing I learned, these cards are designed for early game, not late game.
Okay, my dudes.
So use the cards early.
These guys.
So you still got these guys over here. Andre's going to have this guy here fire at these guys. SMG.
White dice.
So you're going to be getting an extra gray dice for behind, an extra white dice for being
line of sight.
Line of sight. And he's a shooting of 2.
That's
3
hits.
successes and
metal
spread.
effect is spread.
Yep. So it's spread between both of these guys.
Do I get to roll anything?
No, it's just spread. So you want to put the 2 on the SMG or the rifle?
SMG.
Okay. So the first thing I'll do is a duck. Which means they can't do anything.
Yep.
Okay. We'll duck with the
Well,
SMG.
They both duck. I mean...
I got 1. So 1 saved.
Oh, but so I guess you could choose which one it saves.
Well, let's take it off of this guy.
Okay. So...
So roll to kill. They each took 1 hit. So
that's
strength
1 white
1.
dice each, right?
Yep.
Okay, so SMG.
Ah, he's dead. You killed the Shay is down.
And...
Damn you, Andre. Dignan is down as well.
Which I was actually kind of hoping that we'd have the guy stay up, because then he'd have to take a extra trauma test for being close to somebody who went down.
No, he was just gunned down.
But you don't have to take a trauma if you're not alive.
No. That's the one good thing about being dead.
There's no trauma.
No.
Okay.
Not anymore.
This is yours, but you're
I'm
done, right?
I'm done.
So it comes
I got
back
nothing
to
left.
me.
Okay, well, game over. Andres completed his secondary objective, which is take out half the attacking force. And it says that the game ends then, so we'll come back and wrap it up. Alright, so here we are to wrap up our very first game of 0200 hours. The SAS did not obviously blow up the searchlight, so the searchlight will still be lighting up British bombers, and more British bomber crews will die because we failed our mission, sadly. So, yeah, it's so this game, this particular mission, I want to mention the cards, the order cards for the SAS. Looking through them, and I didn't really read through them very well, and now I realized that they seem to be mostly designed for early game, because they all start with a sneak and kind of give you a secondary action after the sneak. There's very few that don't start with your first action being a sneak. So sneaking is important. So that's the main thing is that the order cards, use them early. Don't wait till the end. There's not a lot of combat related order cards.
And you could also be discarding those as they come up before the alarm is raised.
Yes, that's something you can do as well. But you only have, these guys only have 10 of those. Andre's got 20, so it's a lot easier for him to discard than it is.
But then if
for
you
us
know
to
what you're
discard.
looking for
Yeah.
in those cards.
If you learn the cards, I don't know the cards. I should have probably read through all of them before the game and been ready for them, but I did not. So
Yeah.
that's partially my fault to not have used
Well,
them when I maybe could have had a chance to use them.
It's also kind of cool just not knowing what's coming up. And
Yeah. So your cards, where did you have anything? Oh, you had the street light.
so, yeah, that was the last one I pulled.
Huh.
So everybody was already detected at that point. So the
Okay.
lights didn't really matter.
That would have been great for sneaking in, if we were sneaking in.
The Defender has some really cool cards.
Yeah. Yeah, they
I
have a
didn't
bunch of cool
necessarily get them, but there's one that allows you to place some guys in a barracks, which means you can stick them into a sleeping in a building someplace, which I could have had them sleeping in the church.
Yep. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Plus, you got there's one that's a searchlight that goes out and spots guys, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
So I didn't get real great cards. I did have one that allowed me to move the objective point 6 inches, which even if Travis got over there and tried to set the charge, I'd just plop that down and all of a sudden he's in the wrong
I'm
spot.
out in the open.
So that would have really jacked him up, I think, if I had enough guys left to,
Who moved the searchlight?
which I did.
It was there. So, yeah, I think the game for me, I think went south when Baldwin couldn't kill that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I
that
had like
was
what,
pretty
5
wild.
dice, needing 2s, and
Yeah, he should have.
He should have knifed
down
that
early.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna kill him, and then we were gonna start sneaking up, but that scenario really just threw my whole game plan off. Sadly.
Yeah. Well, and you really got to stay stealthy, which
Yeah. And stealth is not my forte.
part of it might, you had your guys all spread out. Having them operate in pairs might be beneficial also. That way, if you have a failure, the other guy can come in and maybe take the guy down. Well, except when you do the close combat thing, if you don't take him down, you wind up, you're in that close observation thing and you get a marker. So you're detected. So, yeah, if you fail a takedown,
Yeah.
it's going to usually be bad.
But if you're coming in stealthy from behind, you got 5 dice. You should be able to.
It's usually
with
going
your
to happen.
character.
Yeah.
You should be able to take them down. That was just a fluke not to do it.
No, because, we did this basically exact same mission as a play test, and Travis just rolled over me. I mean,
Yeah, that mission turned out a lot different than this one.
I'm amazed at how this one came out after how easy it was for him on that first.
Well, that
mission.
dice rolling you had was you were rolling those one chevrons like like an unlimited amount of single chevrons on almost every single dice roll towards the end. To kill shots, the ducks, the trauma test, everything was passing.
Yeah, I guess I'm just really surprised that that bit of luck just completely shifts the dynamic of the game.
Yeah, it's tough for the defenders at the start because you're kind of just following the patrol and you have to kind of get lucky and hopefully you spot someone or hopefully someone epic whiffs like this guy did.
Yeah, well, and there's really no decisions. You're just basically on autopilot until the alarm sounds. And there's a few choices you can make and the few little tweaks you can try and do to hopefully detect somebody, because until you detect them, you can't even shoot until the alarm's been raised, and the only way to really do that is by detecting people.
Yep. Yeah, so it's definitely a different game playing the defender than the attacker. The attacker has more leeway, obviously, to move and do stuff the way they want. The one thing that Andre and I were talking about off camera was, so like Baldwin here, when he had these two guys here, all he could do is go out. You can't disengage. Like, I wanted him to ignore them and go towards the objective and plant the bomb, but there's no way to do that. There's no, you got an advance move, you got a sneak move, and that's really your only two moves.
And those are both constrained when you're by who you're near, and they have to be toward an enemy.
Yeah, it's very clear. So I was already suggesting a house rule for us, which because you can pass a basic smarts test and go after an enemy that's further away, or that's not the closest, I should say.
Which you actually did that.
I did that, but I'm thinking there should be a rule in the advance to ignore everyone and just go towards the objective with your advance if you pass your test.
Or jump into cover. I mean,
or just move, move into a different direction.
At the point that you had everybody converging on you here, you were screwed.
So there should be
it would be nice. Especially when you were back here, you were actually 4 inches from being able to duck into cover.
Yeah, but unless we're missing something, but we don't think we are, because we read through the movement rules, advance. It clearly says towards the nearest visible enemy or whatever within 15. Or if you want to pass the smarts test, you can go after an enemy that's further, but there's no alternative.
There's no allowance for outside the box thinking.
Yeah, so once the alarm's raised and once everyone starts shooting, you basically have to move towards enemies and fire and shoot. I guess maybe there's a way, if you can get out of close, you could sneak off. It is possible you could sneak off and lose your eyeball.
Yeah.
That is something that didn't happen in this game, just the way that it worked out, but it is possible to sneak off and try to get out of sight.
If you'd have been able to take him down, then you wouldn't have been under close observation.
Oh, yeah.
You could have done a freeze action and possibly lost eyeballs.
Yeah. And there's definitely ways to get back into hidden. There's ways for that, and that's one of the things you just have to learn in the game is how to set that up. I want to go take this guy out, and then I'm going to melt back into the shadows over here with a sneak action. I didn't do that. Of course, we haven't played this very often, so I'm playing it like, bolt action. I'm running up here, I'm going to knife this guy, I'm going to turn around and shoot this guy. It's like, that's not how this game works.
Well, and, in the flavor of what the game is, it is really about staying hidden and sneaking in and taking people down silently. And when you're not able to do that, this is what happens.
Yeah, it turns into a shootout,
and you're gonna eventually lose the shootout because I've got twice the numbers that you do.
Guys keep pouring in. That's the thing. Another thing, it's like he would have just kept feeding these guys in, and I never would have gotten a chance to go to the objective, because as long as there's an enemy within 15, I have to keep going after them. So But that's just part of the game. I mean, I still think there should be, I still wish there was a mechanic to break off or go a different direction, a smarts test or something. I mean, I understand that you're supposed to not get into a situation where you're surrounded. That's a dumb idea. And if you're in that situation, you should, you made the bed, so there it is. But
could you be smart enough to dive behind the pile of sandbags instead of trying to fight your way out of it?
Yeah, so some kind of test or something would be a cool idea, just to help out if you get in that situation. But again, I should have never gotten in that situation. I should have killed that guy and then been back over here and sneaking up, and
we
that
definitely
really screwed me up.
Don't necessarily understand the dynamics of operating in pairs, operating singly. And maybe not taking the silenced pistol was a bad move.
The silenced pistol, yeah, because I would have shot him.
Maybe you should have, because you chose the Bren over the silenced pistol. Maybe that was a bad move.
Yeah, the silenced pistol would allow me to shoot that guy from cover. Yeah, the silenced weapon would be really good.
The Bren was great for at this point in the game.
Yeah, when you get to
this point in the game, either you've basically won or you've lost.
Well, my whole point was I wanted to sneak up and plant the charge, have the Bren up here to lay down covering fire while we ran off. But we never even got the charge planted because somehow, I don't remember what happened. These guys turned around and he rolled an eyeball.
Yeah.
That was what got him.
And you couldn't, and he froze and he still didn't lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him getting detected when these guys were right there was...
Yeah. That was huge.
That screwed me up,
and
too.
That's was the frustrating part for me as the defender in the practice game, was I was just walking around in circles and I could never detect anybody.
Yeah.
Travis didn't get any of those odd eyeball detections.
Yeah.
I never got to see anybody, and it was just takedown after takedown.
Yeah. We should have recorded the first game. It was a totally different game. I snuck in, I planted. Yeah, that game. I mean, there was still shooting, but there was a lot more sneaking in that one. But I mean, that's just how it plays out sometimes. That's what happens in games.
Well, we're both very clear. The whole trick is, as attacker, you got to stay undetected, and that's just paramount.
Yep. So yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it's a good sign. It's a totally different game, same mission twice, and two totally different results, and two totally different. I mean, both games couldn't have been more different. We didn't record the first one, obviously, but just from experience, yes, that it's the same mission was it worked out totally different. So anyway, this video is getting quite long now. So let us know what you guys think. Obviously, we haven't mastered this game yet. We're not stealth players.
We were trying to focus on not butchering the rules too badly.
That too.
With as little play as we've had, I think we did okay. I think we caught most of the errors we were making as we went along.
Yeah, there's going to be some.
But apologies for whatever we did.
Plus, we were trying to. There was a couple scenarios where we did stuff that we might not normally have done just to try to get that into the video to show off a mechanic. At least twice, I think we did that. So I don't think that probably had much. I think the biggest thing was that, and then him getting the eyeball.
Yeah.
Both my guys getting detected.
Two guys, both
with the demo charges.
Both your characters getting detected.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, because I had to go for them because they were the ones that were detected, and they're the only ones with the demo charges.
Yeah. So that spelled the end for this SAS mission. So anyway, thanks to Graham for sending us this. It's a fun game. It's going to be one of these hard to master games, but I think once you get the cards, the order cards down, and you know how to use them, you know how to kick guys out, you know how to use all the rules, it'll be really cool to be able to sneak in and plant that charge and sneak out. I think it could be done. It definitely could be done. It would take some skill, it would take a little bit of luck, but it's possible. So yeah, so anyway, thanks to Andre too for coming out.
Last comment, I don't know if it was intended or not, but I think this would actually work pretty well, or could be fairly well adapted as a solo game. The way the defenders, it's pretty well defined in how they move and what they're going to do, and I think this would play out pretty well for those of you that need a solo game that you're not able to get somebody over. this could be it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if there's any, if there was an intent there, but it does have a feel where it would be reasonably easily adaptable to a solo play.
And you could easily solo just to practice sneaking. Because the guys interior detected are always on a set, they're random or they're on the circuit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could easily just practice sneaking solo. So, yeah. So that's a good point by Andre there. And, so we're going to go ahead and call it and check out our social media stuff, Instagram or Facebook page, and our Patreon, of course. If you want to get a behind-the-scenes look and help the channel out and help us improve, you can join that. So, anyway, with that, we'll say thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.